me is, and this seems like really trivial, but we don't have a dryer. There's 5 people in this house and you have to find some way to hang up all of our clothes and wash all of our clothes. It's like all over the place, like on the banisters, like over the couches, over the chairs.
So my biggest recommendation would be to bring a few pairs of walking shoes. I know back home I like to wear my Birkenstocks and my rainbows, but that doesn't really cut it here. You do tons and tons of walking and it's all cobblestone. So my best shoe would be my Adidas's or my Converse. They really have held up really well. So I know a lot of us girls like to have options and we tend to overpack. I definitely overpacked for this trip. I brought way more than I needed. I brought a lot of summer clothes, which I would not recommend. I think the best thing to do would be to bring a lot of layers and definitely go lighter. You can go, there's tons and tons of stores here to go shopping if you feel like you need more.
I didn't bring a lot of like toiletries or anything like that because I knew that I would go shopping here.
They don't really wear bright colors here.
All black.
All black.
All black, even going out.
The internet is sometimes a little bit slower than the internet at home, but who cares? You're in Prague. You don't need to be on your computer except for homework and catching up with your loved ones.
Chances are that when you arrive in Prague, you'll see a lot of graffiti around your neighborhood. It doesn't mean you're in a bad location. In Prague, people see graffiti as an art form and not vandalism, and attempts to cover it up aren't that common.
So the location of our apartment now, we're really in the center of Prague. We're in like the Novo Mesto area. We're about 15 minutes from school, like 2 minutes from a lot of bars and shopping. Generally wherever you live, you're really close to like a supermarket, like a grocery store for food as well. I think CEA, from like what I've heard from my friends, chooses really good locations that are close to school and like close to the center. So you're not going to be like really far out.
The beds in Prague might be a little smaller than you're used to, but even for a big guy like me, it's really not a big deal. You're only here for 3 or 4 months. It's not too bad.
In the Czech Republic, there is a very strict law about quiet time between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. This includes parties in your flats and being noisy in the hallway of your building. If you come home with your friends in the middle of the night, laughing and talking loudly, the echo in these old Czech buildings is very strong. So please remember to keep your voices very quiet and don't have any parties after 10 p.m.
Coming from America, you have this like pre-game culture where you like all get together in one like house and then drink for like an hour, blast music and stuff, and like you really don't do that here.
Yeah, you can't do that.
You can't do that here. Like, I mean, like we'll like play like quiet music after like 10 and like get ready and stuff, but then you like get out of your apartment if you're trying to go out.
I'm going to show you how to properly lock a Czech door. Czech keys look like this, very much like an American key. But the key point is that the flat surface always needs to be on the top when you lock your door. Let's try it. Now when you go to lock your door, closing the door is not enough. The door will appear locked because you can't get in, but it's very important, nonetheless, to turn the key to the left until it won't turn anymore. Then your door is properly locked. If you don't turn the key, a burglar can very easily break in. So always remember to lock the door properly. And of course, to unlock the door, you simply turn to the right until you can't turn anymore, and the door will pop open.
There's a few things you need to know about turning on your heat. First of all, Prague apartments stay pretty warm, so you don't need to turn your heat on super high. But when you want to go away for the weekend, you want to make sure that you turn your heat off. When you want to turn on your heater, you want to come over to this little nozzle. There's a snowflake on it, and that means that it's off. When you want to turn it on, turn it to the left. It goes all the way up to 5, but keep it around 3. It's the perfect temperature. And when you're going away for the weekend, you want to turn it to the right all the way back to the snowflake.
The Czech plugs are obviously different from the American plugs. Therefore, your small appliances and big appliances will not work in the Czech Republic. We highly recommend buying small appliances such as hair dryers or curling irons in a Czech store. They're inexpensive and they will save you the hassle of possibly blowing a fuse if you try to plug your American appliances in with a converter. I just want to point out something about European showers and Czech showers in general. You'll often find that the shower head needs to be held with one hand while showering, okay? Instead of always there being a hook on the wall. So you won't always find a hook on the wall. You can't always stand under the shower. This is important to remember because as you travel around Europe, you'll find lots of European countries have the same case. So the upside is you'll have a much stronger arm muscle after you leave Prague. And just a note for ladies or guys with long hair, please be sure to clean your hair out of the drain after you take a shower. It might sound like a small detail, but the Prague pipes and drainage systems are different. Sometimes they're very old and you really don't want to get clogged pipes. So please remember to take your hair out of the drain after you take a shower every time. Thanks.
While all apartments will have a different washing machine, this is what ours looks like. It's important to know that when you're doing your laundry, you want to open this tab here, use laundry detergent. There's 2 lines that resemble liquid detergent, a flour that is softener. Open up, put your clothes in, close it. To select your desired length, your desired wash, 30 is for delicates, 40 is for normal clothes, and 60 to 90 is for towels and sheets. When you've selected your cycle, press the play button until it beeps and it will start. Once your laundry is done, make sure that you turn off the washer.
Cooking in Prague is a whole lot of fun, especially because I live with 5 other girls, so we're all in here shuffling around all the time.
CEA has done a great job of equipping us with a bunch of different things like bottle openers, can openers.
Cooking is really fun. I'd say I probably cook like half the time I make dinner, half the time I go out.
So tonight we're having chicken tortilla soup. And so here I just have some chicken that we sauteed earlier. I got a baguette from the bakery around the corner, and then just some fresh vegetables to go on a salad.
Office and how we
and just CEA in general, I've really been shocked on how much I loved it and relied on it, and Debbie and I go to the office all the time.
I'm always there on Mondays for like 6 hours, and it's really quiet and clean there, and they have a lot of different types of fruit, and they're really nice.
Yeah, and they help you with anything.
We really hope these tips have been helpful for you. Remember, the housing department at CEA is always here to help you when you have questions. We can't wait to see you in Prague.